it's Di here from Di's Den, and welcome to another Sunday video. I have filled up my glue pot, as I told you on Wednesday if you were watching. It was getting a bit low, so it was. So anyway, we're going to make this card today. Now I saw this done quite a few different places, lots of different sizes. So I wanted mine to be in a regular Australian size envelope, which is the 5 7/8 by 4 1/8 size. So this is my card, and it's called an interlocking card. Now it does take a little while for it to sit flat. Oops, got down there, you naughty thing. So this one has been under a book for a few days. So, but this is the card we're going to make. So I'm going to use these ephemera, I think that's what they're called. I did get told that I said it wrong on the last video when I used them. So we're going to be using these again, out of this same pack as this. But I'm doing it in different colours, and I'm also going to do a bit of something on here just to break up that whiteness. For me, it's just over the top white. But I think it's one of them cards that really needs to be quite white or quite light in colour. And it, if you can see down in there, you can see how it tucks behind. Oops, nope, you can't see. Wrong way. There's video. There we go. It tucks behind there, so you can actually see that it actually interlocks over the top of one another. So that's the card we're going to be making. Now I've done a few bits and pieces beforehand, not a real lot. I stamped my happy birthday, which I stamped in Pretty Peacock, and that's the colour I'm going to stamp my other saying in. So that's that piece done. Let's see, I've marked all of these. So let's start at the beginning. Whoops. Get on there. And we need a main card piece that is 11 1/8 by 5 7/8. For my insert piece, you're going to need a piece that measures 5 3/4 by 4 inches, and my white piece that goes on the top, which is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Now I've got some of those ephemeras wherever I put them. There we go. Which I'm going to stick on here like so, with one of these flowers. Where's my flower? As well as putting my saying down here. So that's what I'm going to do on the inside, but we'll do that as we go. For my two panels here, you're going to need two pieces that measure 5 3/4. So they're going to go on the outside like that. And two pieces of designer series paper that measures 5 5/8, or sorry, 5 3/4 by 1 5/8. And then this one is 5 5/8 by 1 1/2. Now these are optional, and I'll put that in the tutorial. I will put that optional, so that's entirely up to you if you want to or don't want to put them on. Okay, so now I've marked these because this is the left side. Now the left side is 3 7/8 by 2 7/8, and the piece that goes on top of that is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Now I've actually embossed that because I just wanted a little bit of, take some of the plainness off. So that goes on there, and then my ephemera, I think that's what they're called, I can't remember, will go on to that one. My right side, which I've put an R on the back so I know, this is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Again, I've embossed this layer, and this layer measures 2 5/8 by 3 5/8 of an inch. So that will go onto there, with this on here like this, and that on there. And then I have my pieces for my sentiment, which measures 3 inches by 1 inch, and this will be the same, 3 inches by 1/2 inch. So let's pop all of them on the side in order like this. pop my card away and we'll show you what else we're going to be using. So I have got these foam adhesive strips. If you don't have them and you've got dimensionals or foam pads, that's fine, you can use them. I'm going to use the last of my 2021-23 in colour opals. I'm going to use Unbounded Love for May All Your Wishes Come True, and then for my front I use the Round We Go for the Happy Birthday, which I've already stamped as you saw. So let's get cracking, shall we? So we've only got a little bit of scoring to do, not a real lot. So we're going to put this on the 11 1/8 side, which is the long side obviously. And we're going to score this at 1 3/4 inches using the small ball. 1 3/4. 3 1/2. 7 5/8. That's the one mark on this board past the halfway mark. And 9 3/8, which is the one just before the 9 1/2. Okay, so that's all our scoring done. Now I'm using lightweight card because of the layers, it's actually easier to do it that way. So we're going to fold this so that we're folding it in, making sure that it's even on both sides. I've got a hair on my arm and it's annoying me. No, it's still there. There we go, got it. And then we're going to pull this one back. Now that should come back nice and evenly so that it's flush with the sides. So we want to give this a really good burnish down. And we're going to do exactly the same with the other side. So we're going to bring in the first to the second score line and give it a good burnish down, and then bring the other one back. Now you will notice, oops, that this does not meet in the middle, and that's how it's supposed to be. Don't think, oh my goodness, I've done something wrong. So if you look at this one, you can see that it doesn't meet in the middle there, see, at all. That's how it's supposed to be. Alright, so we're going to start by putting our panels on here, which are our 1 5/8 by 5 3/4 and 1 1/2 by 5 5/8. So I'm going to, and I've still got a hair on my arm and it's annoying me. Oh my goodness, I don't know where that's come from. Feels like something crawling on me. Now these have got very, very small borders on them, because I didn't want to have a really wide border on them. I'm not a big fan of the small borders for the simple fact that it's harder to get them to go together. For me it is anyway. I find it harder to actually get them to go together nicely, but these look so much better. This particular card looks so much better with small borders. Now if you've got a directional paper, if you're doing this option, you will need to have it in the portrait. We're going to pop that onto this. Side, and then we're going to do the other one the other side. Oops, let's pop that down there off my belly. As I say, I'm not a real fan of these really tiny borders. I can never seem to get them to sit really, really nicely. So that's our two outer panels done. So we're going to do our middle panel next. So let me bring that in. So this is our middle panel, which is the one that is 5 3/4 by 4 inches and 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. So we're going to stamp this one with our little message which says, "May all your dreams come true." Get out of the way, you. And I'm going to put it down a little way because I'm going to pop, oh wow, that looks really pretty in that colour. It really does. That's all the stamping we're going to do, but we're going to pop these on, and we want to put them on flat. Hang on, I'm going to get the glue off the end of my, it's warm today, and we need to make sure that we get all of that off of there. So I'm going to pop this at the top, like so. And then this one over the top on the other side. Now you could always stamp something if you wanted to, or you could leave it plain, but I just thought it looked really nice with these. And I'm going to then glue this one, going to glue this one straight as well over the top, in the middle. That way, where they join, you won't even know. Okay, so let's get them a press down. Turn this around. Don't know why it did turn it around, but never mind. We turned it around. And we're going to pop these ones together. And again, we've got that tiny border. And then we're going to glue that into the centre of the card. So this is where you're going to write. In the centre here, that's why you want to give yourself some nice writing area. Like so. Let's pop that down. Okay, so that's the front and the two fronts and the inside of the card. Alright, so let's pop that on the side, and now we're going to bring in, and I've marked these. This is my left side, and I marked that with my left side as well, so that though I'm going to glue these together, I still can see which is the left and which is the right for putting it onto the front of the card. Because one side is a tiny little bit bigger than the other. And again, I'm going to glue this onto here. I'm gluing this down because I think it would be too much being too high. I'm going to put that down onto there, like so. But I'm going to put my little flower up on a dimensional. I just think because of this kind of card it is, if we have it too high, it's going to get caught. So I'm just going to pop that just there like so. And that's my left side done. So we're going to do our right side the same. So we're going to bring in our pieces, and this has got an R on the back, and this one you can just see it there. So let's stamp. Let's glue this one down. Oh my goodness, I got glue on my fingers. Get it off my fingers. That's it. And then we'll glue this one down flat. When I did the other one, I did it so they were all sitting up, you know, with dimensionals, but I think it was just too high. So that's why I decided I'm going to do this one the opposite way. So you've got both views to see. And I'm going to pop a little dimensional on the back of my flower. And he's going to go here as well. Okay, so that's those done. Now we know this one's going to go onto the right hand side. And we need to make sure that we're going to pop this on here and this one on here. Like so, oops. So we're going to glue this one on first. So we're going to open the card up. I'm going to turn this over, I should say. And we're going to pop that so it's more, let's see, you want, let me pop that back together, you want this so that it is even on the side and the bottom. So we're going to just draw a bit of a line there like that, which I can rub off afterwards. Oh, my glue is, look at it, it's all pouring up the side today. That's how warm it is here. And that's the bit that's going to be glued on to the left hand side. So I'm going to open the card up now so that I can see where it's going, and I can see that, whoops, sorry, you can't see, I have just done it so that it just doesn't show those marks, but it's even along that side and that side. Once you're happy with that, you can then press that down, and then anything that's showing on the other side, like the L, I can rub that off like so. Let's pop this card out of the way again. With this one, we're going to turn it over. We know that this one's going to go here, and again we're going to turn this over this way, back to front, so that we know that we keep the right hand side on the right hand side. Turn it over upside down, and we're going to put, so that we get the same distance like this, and we're going to just mark this again with little dashes, so we can either put our dimensionals, or in this case I'm going to use these strips down this side. Come on. So I'm going to use these strips, and I'm going to put them just inside that mark. Cut that off. And then another one next to it. And that little bit that's left over, I'm going to pop that in the middle there. It's no good to me, so I might as well pop that in the middle just like that. And it's out of the way. I'll put that back together so I can wait until there. So once we've done that, we can then rub off anything that we can see on this side. Our R and our any pencil marks, and we can then pull these off, because this stuff works exactly the same as when you do have a normal dimensionals. And then we're going to pop this on here like so, so that it overlaps the other one, but making sure that you get it even like the other one, top and the sides. So once we're happy with where it looks, just double check that you can, I can't get that in the right angle, sorry, that this doesn't overlap onto the other one. If it doesn't overlap, you've got it in the right spot, and we can press it down. Oh yeah, that felt damp. Shouldn't be. Okay, so that's our card then. See how they interlock? It does, and it will stay down a lot better once you've popped something on it for a little while. Okay, so I've done these two pieces. I cut them both exactly the same size. I cut them, and then I pop one on top of the other two and cut this one in half. So I'm going to glue this one to this one. So let's pop some glue down the middle, just down the middle of that one. Whoops. Making sure I've got them both on the same angle with the same. I just wanted something that was a little bit more different. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It's a little bit different than just putting the edges around. So I'm happy with that. Let's pull them off. I'm going to pop them over the top of this word, the words here, like so. And then I'm going to bring in my gems, and I don't have too many of them. I'm going to use the darker ones this time. I'm going to use those darker ones, so I'm going to use wherever it went. It didn't go anywhere. Oops! Will you please sit down? I'm going to pop one just there. One small one I'm going to pop onto here. And then that large one I'm going to pop over here. And I'm just putting it on top of one of those flowers. So what did you think of that card? Believe it or not, it looks as if it might be really, you know, complicated, but it actually is a very easy card to do. It doesn't take that long, and I think that those panels being with colour on them actually makes it look a little bit prettier, but that's just me. I mean, it's entirely up to you how you would like to do it. So I will pop on the written instructions these panels here, and I'll put next to it optional, so you know that they are optional if you want to do them. So if you've enjoyed today's card, and that's gone inside there, get over there, you. Please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I do answer them all. It might take me a little while sometimes, but I do. If you'd like to know more about these products before they all go, because of this paper will retire at the end of the 2024-25 catalogue. If you'd like the written tutorial, head down below to Diane for stamping, crafting and tutorials. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And I will see you all again next week. Bye for now.